Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived a Brahmin. He had a small field of grain and worked hard, plowing and sowing. He watered and weeded, waiting patiently for harvest time. But there was also a little sparrow, tiny, plump, and very bold. She lived in the hedge near the field. Every morning, when the Brahmin was not looking, she hopped into the field. She would peck at the golden grain. Munch, munch, munch. 1 grain here, 2 grains there. As she ate, she sang a happy song. Goo, goo, goo. The grain is sweet, the field is new. Goo, goo, goo. The Brahmin heard the song one day and came running. Shoo, shoo, you naughty bird. That is my grain. Stop eating it. The sparrow flew to the hedge, tilted her head and chirped, goo, goo, goo. She was not even a little bit sorry. The next day, she came back. And the day after that, every single day. The sparrow would eat the grain and sing her song. Goo, goo, goo. The Brahmin grew more and more angry. He told his wife, that wretched sparrow is eating all our grain. What shall we do? His wife thought for a moment. Set a trap, she said. Catch the bird. So the Brahmin laid a little trap near the grain. Sure enough, the next morning, snap! The sparrow was caught. Aha! The Brahmin laughed. Got you at last, you little thief. The sparrow looked up with bright eyes. She was not afraid. She opened her beak and sang, goo, 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 you caught me true. But what, oh what, will you now do? Goo, goo, goo. The Brahmin's wife came out. Let's teach her a lesson. Give her hot chili paste. They put chili near the sparrow, but she pecked around it and kept singing, goo, goo, goo. Your chili is hot, but I don't care. Goo, goo, goo. The Brahmin scratched his head. His wife shouted. The children clapped. Nothing worked. The sparrow just sang louder and louder. Goo, 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 the grain is sweet. Goo, goo, goo. Finally, the Brahmin sat down, exhausted. He looked at the tiny sparrow. She was so small, so brave, so full of life and song. He realized she was only eating a few grains. The field was vast. He sighed and opened the trap. Go, little one. Fly away. The sparrow hopped out. She chirped softly. Guh, guh. It sounded like thank you. She flew to the hedge and disappeared. The world is big enough for everyone. A little kindness, a little sharing, costs us nothing, but means everything.